everyone, and welcome back as always. We're back again.
Hi.
We're going to be watching more The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug.
Oh, wow.
Movie 2, extended, part 1. I'm excited to go forward. We were saying right before we started recording,
That's okay.
that we really do enjoy The Hobbit so far.
We do. Yeah, it is very good.
I love learning about the dwarfs.
Yeah. It's neat actually following one group of people. I love The Lord of the Rings, and I know a lot of you, I get it, like, love that more, and I do too. But The Hobbit is fun because you're just following one group, and you get to be more personal and really see their characteristics and what these people are about, you know, and The Lord of the Rings has that too, but you follow so many different storylines that there's just so much going on, and it's so epic in its own way, of course. All of you, again, always give wonderful comments on our YouTube, on our Patreon site, so thank you. I always love reading about those, and I was going to actually read a few comments today, but because we're over at your house, which is great, because we have to watch Dad now and again, just to make sure he's okay. I could do it on my phone, but I wanted to quickly go over some of the dwarves and their names. So we... just because they're all wonderful characters, but we only follow the main ones, and I didn't even know or keep up with the actual names and the relationships. So through your comments, I got really intrigued. I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. So not that you have to remember, there might be a quiz, but who knows? I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. I'm totally kidding. No quiz. But I think you'll appreciate the characters more if you know who they are. So we know who Thorin is. I'll try to put this over here. But... we know who Thorin is, and he's awesome. He's their leader. Let me skip to the next one. And then Dwalin is the bald dwarf.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
and their names, which is so interesting. Katie actually said this on our Patreon, so thank you for that. The dwarves that have names that rhyme are usually related, like closely related.
So what's his name?
So his name is Dwalin. So he has a picture right there.
Is he related to Balin?
Yeah, Balin's the old guy that you like. Yeah, so
I like him.
They were in the beginning when they first met in part 1 of the first movie, where they were kind of like, huh, and they headbutted, remember? So that was their endearment, or their bond, their brotherly bond, saying hello. So that's Dwalin.
Okay.
And then we have Balin, and you really like him. Yeah, I really like him too. And he actually really respects and has care. He really enjoys like Bilbo's company, it seems, and he's really warm-hearted, which is really cool. I didn't tell you guys this, but do you remember Moria from Lord of the Rings? Moria is where they went underground into that mountain, and they had like that secret door that was they had to speak Friend and Elvish to enter. And they had some of the dwarves had a sad fate through the Lord of the Rings, and Balin was the one where Gimli was crying when he went into Moria, and he saw the death of all the dwarves and stuff, skeletons all over the place. And there was a tomb where he went up to it, and he was crying, and he goes, "Oh my God, it's true," or however he said it. Remember that coffin, that stone coffin, when they went in to and that was Balin in that coffin. So he was one. So it's sad, but it happened after this, so I thought it was kind of neat to give you some history on what happened. But it's just so cool. I love all the extra details, because then you care for the characters more. So Gloin, I'm going to hide the description.
Gloin.
So he was
a brother named Groin.
Or loin.
I know, there might be, I think there is. But yeah, so Gloin, he's the one that's fun. He's kind of like outspoken and rugged, and he might
because that big beard.
Yeah, and I think you said at one point that he reminded you of Gimli. Now, I was going to wait until this movie, but it's so subtle that you might miss it, so I'm just going to let you know that Gloin is actually Gimli's dad.
Oh, Dad, I'm going to say twin.
Okay. But they don't rhyme, but it has a G.
See?
Yeah, they don't actually. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, only the company of this movie they rhyme.
You see the stoutness of them, and the nose looks like.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I don't know if he went to Moria or not, but only a few from the group that we're following in this movie ended up in Moria and had a sad fate. Anyone who ended up in Moria to battle it, there's too much evil there, and they didn't win, so it was really, really sad. Yeah. So then we have Fili and Kili, so they're attractive.
Kili is
like
cute.
Thorin. Yeah. They are Thorin's nephews.
Oh, okay.
They're pretty awesome. We know Keely's really good with a bow.
Yeah.
And Keely's the blonde one. He's the blonde beard and everything. Dory is the white-haired dwarf, and he's the strongest of them all.
Oh,
he's one of 3 brothers. So there's Dory, Nori, and Ori. So I'll just start saying it quicker, but Dory here, he is the strongest. And then Nori is the one that has the fancy hair and like the super braids all over, and even his eyebrows I think are braided. I gotta find a picture of him. Nori. With his braids. That Ori was the young, cute one, the innocent one who was very polite, and he's like, "Excuse me, where can I put my plate?" And so this is Ori.
Let me see.
Remember Ori?
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he actually has a sad story too, where he actually ended up in Moria as well. When Gandalf in Lord of the Rings was reading that inscription in the book, that was Ori writing that. Remember when you said they are coming, and then it like runs off. So I didn't know that. I was like, oh, that's so sad. Yeah. So Oin, you like Oin? This one's name is Oin, the guy with the trumpet, like the hearing aid. Yeah, he's hilarious. And Oin is the brother of Gloin.
Oh, okay. So
it's Gimli's uncle.
Yes,
Gimli's uncle.
Yeah, wow. I really like Oin. I'm gonna really try to remember these names because they're so much fun.
What was the guy with the long?
Totally. I knew you were going to say that. And actually, he's not our next one, but we'll go to him next. His name's Bofur. I kept saying Bomber, and Bomber is his brother, the big guy, the biggest one. So, so Bofur is that guy. And you really like him because he is the jokester. And his brother, the big one, he is Bomber. They always make funny fat jokes with him, you know?
Oh, yes.
With Bomber. All right, so this is the last one. Bifur, I think it's how you say his name. So Bifur had me cracking up because, first of all, Bifur is a very silent dwarf that we don't know much about in the movies, but he's a dwarf of few words. And he has, apparently, an axe that's embedded into his skull. That's why he can't talk a lot. And I'm laughing because this whole time, because again, he's not like a full-time character that we see all the time. I thought it was a crazy braid that he had sticking out. Like, I totally thought it was a braid this entire time. And I was like, what's with that? Is it a stiff braid? Like, why doesn't he get rid of that? It's like awkwardly right in the front. And I never would have thought that he had a freaking axe in his skull. I was like, are you kidding me? So now with this picture, but again, we don't look up anything. They don't know anything with social media. Yeah. Sorry. Until we watch it. And I don't always look up behind the scenes stuff, especially with The Hobbit, which is still amazing, don't get me wrong. But I had no idea. I'm laughing. I'm like, oh my God, I thought that was a weird braid that he had super tight with leather wraps around it. I was like, are you kidding me? That's an axe embedded in his skull.
Like a headpiece.
He's a very lucky guy.
He has a headpiece, all right.
Yeah, he's lucky to be alive, right? But I thought that was really interesting. So those are the dwarves. So it took a little longer, just saying the basics, but maybe to give you some back history to really understand these characters a little bit more. The end of the last movie, we were introduced again to Smaug. We saw Smaug in the Lone Mountain. Saw his eye.
The gold.
Yeah, and he's guarding the gold.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we should just get into it.
Yeah.
You guys ready?
The Desolation.
The Desolation.
What the? Oh my goodness, OMG. That's all you gotta do. Open the latch.
Get so scared, it's like...
Oh, quickly! Oh my God. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna hook you. Yes. Quickly. Okay.
What is that?
That is our host. Sometimes he's a huge black bear. Sometimes he's a great strong man. He is not overfond of dwarves.
Sulinari Arangish. Dorkun Tolagizik.
Turning into a man. That's cool. Oh, how beautiful.
I don't like dwarves. They're greedy and blind. Blind to the lives of those they deem lesser than their own. But orcs I hate more.
Shoot.
What do you need?
Oh, he's stuck.
Coming up. Yes.
Oh, he's stuck in a huge web. Oh no. Oh no.
Right.
Oh no, 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 no! Oh yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh god. Whoa! Good boy.
Good.
Nice.
He's a fighter.
Oh.
Sting.
Ah.
Good name.
Pull all the legs out. Pull them out.
We'll pull his legs apart.
Ugh.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. He can still bite you.
Yeah.
Quickly, quickly! A big juicy spider.
boy.
I knew it.
Oh, boy.
Twist it. Ooh. Addicted to Yay! Is that who we think it is?
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. Oh, wow. God.
Hi, guys.
Do not think I won't kill you, dwarf. It would be my pleasure.
Who is this? Your brother?
That is my wife.
And what is this horrid creature?
A goblin mutant.
That's my wee lad, Gimli.
Oh,
Gimli.
Gimli. Where's it coming from?
Aren't you going to search me? I could have anything down my trousers.
Or nothing.
Oh, boy.
Turned your back. You turned away from the suffering of my people and the inferno that destroyed us. Imrid Amrad Orsul! Do not talk to me of dragon fire. I have faced the great serpents of the north.
Bilbo. You got in.
I know you're there.
Oh.
Why do you linger in the shadows?
I was coming to report to you.
Oh, jeez.
I thought I ordered that nest to be destroyed not 2 moons past. Legolas said you fought well today. He has grown very fond of you. Do not give him hope where there is none.
The stone in your hand. What is it?
It is a talisman. A powerful spell lies upon it. If any but a dwarf reads the runes on this stone, they will be forever cursed. Or not.
Oh, jeez.
Depending on whether you believe in that kind of thing, it's just a token. Keep the mountain to our left. And then it appeared.
He's not
This
liking that.
huge fire now, lighting our path. I wish I could show you the count.
Bilbo!
There are guards nearby.
So cool.
Yeah, wow.
This way.
Come
Do
on.
as he says.
Go. Just chill.
Oh, cute. Heads up.
Hold my breath.
Oh, my God. Whoa. Oh, oh, my God.
Oh, you got it, sweet.
Oh, boy, you're going down that way. Whoa. Oh.
Orcs?
Oh.
This is horrible. Ooh, that's your bullet.
Boy,
Oh no, his leg!
God.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
no.
Kili.
No! Yes.
Oh, well, she's got him rescued.
Ooh.
Boy, ooh, that must hurt.
Cupid.
That hurt.
It's so awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, he got the door. He saved Oh, they're all over. They're doomed.
Oh, trying.
They're doomed. Who's gonna do it? Oh! Oh! That's got a smart. Oh no, they got her!
Oh, God.
Sound effects.
She's gonna get them all.
So light on her feet.
No! Nice!
Good.
Hang them high.
Oh, good. Yay.
Gargling, I love it.
Oh, my God.
Oh, this
Oh,
poor
my
guy.
God. Oh, that must hurt.
Strike!
Shield around them.
Go Bofur.
Yes, God, look at him. Oh, my God. Oh, he got another barrel now.
It's so awful.
Oh, boys.
Let's watch out!
Oh, my God.
Luckily he's light.
Oh, 2 for 1! I slid on one.
Whoa. Got some good moves.
Watch out! Watch out! Watch out!
Boy.
Cool shot.
Tauriel, Darko.
No!
Oh, boy. Oh.
Do it again, and you're dead.
The Blackhead Archer. We stuck him with a Morgul shaft. Poison's in his blood. He'll be choking on it soon.
Oh, they're gonna blow it. Oh, fish!
Something's fishy.
Oh, the poor guys.
Something's fishy.
Packed like a sardine. Still have this
Oh,
fish.
boy.
I didn't see them. They were never here. Fish you can have for nothing.
Sweet.
If you speak of this to anyone, I'll rip your arms off.
I love that guy.
Up there.
He's getting sicker from that poison. Oh, they're killing him.
The story continues on disc 2.
Wow.
Wow, we watched a lot the
first
first part.
Yeah,
I was trying to guess where it was going to end, and I thought it was going to be before the barrel scene. And I'm like,
yeah.
please.
I thought it was
just
going to
show
be just
barrel
before
scene.
the day,
Yeah.
you know, that they have to be back at the mountain.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
that
that's
So, what do you guys think?
Oh, God.
I like the bargeman. I do trust him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do trust him.
Mm-hmm. Not that you can always trust that, but I always said, oh, okay, well, he has kids, and
That's
he seems like a
right,
really
thinking
good dad.
kids,
His daughters were very excited, and his son, too, but 2 daughters were excited to see him. And
Yeah.
and with the fish, and caring about the
Oh,
people,
right,
and giving
yeah.
the fish for free, and...
And he listened to Balin right off the bat.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You know, and he was, I think he was cool right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping.
And you guys were really shocked to see Legolas.
Yes,
I was. I
never told him
I
anything.
kept getting confused. Which one's the father? Which one's, you know?
Well, in this one too, with Orlando Bloom, The Hobbit, I don't remember exactly how many years apart, but even though this story took place before The Lord of the Rings, yes, Orlando Bloom is older in this one by so many years. So they did a good job with making him look younger, but he looks broader and looks a little bit more, mature, the jawline area, I think. But I thought it was kind of fun to have him back.
Yeah, it was good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The
Yes,
barrel,
it was.
the
It was
barrel
scary,
scene
too.
was so hilarious in so many different ways,
Oh, my
and
gosh.
how you were saying before, everything is so well choreographed with all the dwarfs, with
Yes,
fighting.
that's right.
This was fighting too, and I kind of felt like it was a ride or something. Although it's
It
like
was
nothing to do with them battling and stuff, but just in the barrels going downstream
yeah.
and just working so well together. I kept just thinking, like, oh my god, I feel feel like you're taking out like a water ride somewhere.
And the orcs are so serious. Kill them. Like, they're such a huge threat, you know?
Yeah.
Kill them.
But
kill them all.
I love the scene where they're tossing the axe and chopping the wood, and they're each taking a turn to knock off that orc, and it was so awesome and how they did stuff like that. With Bomber, like, actually... he's lying up in his barrel, and he just keeps on taking orcs the whole time. It was really funny, but I love that scene.
Yeah, that's good. That was great.
That was great.
Yeah, and again, I liked how we did the intro where we actually like looked into the dwarfs a little bit more and learned who they are. And again, like we know very basic stuff from what we've seen, but we've never read up on anything. The ones that we don't talk about a lot, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that makes more sense with who are siblings, who aren't cousins, you know. And it's kind of neat with their interactions now because I'm like,
who's
that
closer
makes
to
sense.
who keeps staying with each other.
Exactly. Yeah. So I thought that was really cool. And you guys were saying you like Bjorn or Bjorn, I think it was, from the beginning, the skin changer.
I didn't at first, to be honest with you.
Well, he was kind of scary.
Yeah. I thought he was too.
This bear guy.
Especially going into his own house. Like, I feel that he could have just plowed right into there, but maybe he didn't because he's like, oh, this is my own house, so when I get back to being a man, I have to rebuild it, so I'm still...
I know, he probably has to deal with that a lot, so he's like, I'm not going to go through that again. Yeah. But I thought that character was pretty interesting.
Because he was very tolerable, really, to the dwarves coming out. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
After saying he hated them.
That was funny.
I think that was the extended scene because I haven't seen that before, and it was funny how they just kept piling out, you know. And you knew that was going to happen. It was all staged. We're getting. I was like, okay, we can't overwhelm him. We'll come out in pairs, and we knew that was going to
just come out.
But I still love it. It was really fun, you know, to watch that.
And Bilbo saved the day.
Yeah, he's been always saving
always
them. Every time something happens, he knows how to hide. He's becoming quite the burglar.
He hid and he went inside the gates.
Quite the fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the ring really is coming in handy for him during this adventure, too. He's using it to disappear, and apparently he can even hear different types of evil, and he can actually hear the language of the spiders. So, and he named his sword Sting, which you don't have with us because we're at Mom and Dad, so I didn't want to bring a sword over.
I didn't want to bring the sword over in the car.
I could, but I was like,
Sarah, this is why I have a Sting in my car.
He's like, oh, cool, I get it. Lake Town, and it's all run down and everything. Can you imagine like living in a place like that?
Oh, jeez.
Just listening to that. I like the evil handsman. I do like
They always have some kind of evil person. I'm like, oh, it looks like Wormtongue, you know? It's just, they always have somebody. They have to, right?
I actually like him, but...
You do? That was so gross with the balls or the bullocks. I was like, oh my God, that's so gross. And he just keeps chewing it. And I was like, that was so nasty. Sorry for those who actually like that stuff. But gamey stuff, I just like, just little, whatever, you know, bullocks in general. Okay. But this the texture, those are meatballs.
Hey, if you don't want to eat anymore, put that up.
I've only had meatballs, not bullocks, but I think meatballs would taste a lot better. And the texture's a lot better. Are you guys worried about Fili?
Absolutely. I'm hoping the she-elf will come. I hope she does, and hope she has some magical elf powers.
We
like those magical powers.
He might have to amputate.
Yeah, if it's not in his bloodstream everywhere.
Yeah,
but it's been in his system for quite some time now. Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah.
You guys don't watch Walking Dead, so I was going to totally make a reference there, and look away, I can't. So I think we'll end it there, but I really want to watch part 2, and hopefully we can do that soon. I do love this movie a lot. Just saying. It's really good.
The dwarfs are funny.
One quick thing,
very brave.
They are very brave. And one quick thing too with the elves, it was interesting with them drinking, but it might be like a special brew that elves can drink where they were drunk or they were some of them were passed out, you know, like guarding the liquor and everything and the keys. In the first movie, in the extended version with Legolas and Gimli, when they were having a competition, trying to have a drinking competition.
Drinking. He had no
he had no face, and he goes, oh, I think I'm feeling it. I could feel my fingertips, like they're fuzzy or something, right? Or tingly. And so he hardly had any feeling. And this one, they were passed out. So maybe it's just consumption, how much they actually drank. Who knows? I just thought that was kind of fun.
He downed him a lot, though.
Oh, yeah, I know. He was like mugs everywhere.
Gimli,
and he was like,
64 or whatever you say.
I know, I love how they always do that. They always like say numbers and compete all the time. I love those two very much.
Weird.
Yeah. Isn't that funny?
The comparison.
But all right, so I think we'll cut it short just because we have to get going. But thank you so much for watching. This is always a lot of fun. We actually do watch a lot more than we ever used to. So thank you all for helping us on Patreon, for subscribing. Patreon financially keeps us going. The bigger we get there, the more we can actually do. You guys already do so much, and I'm just editing full time as well. So
just editing.
But I know, yeah, but we always have fun when we get together.
And
I do a lot of editing, but it's always enjoyable. So thank you all for helping us out, and it gives us more time to spend together. Woohoo! So thank you again for watching, and we'll see you very soon as always. Bye!